invisible or just old? Yeah, I recently did a couple videos on that subject. The last one was wondering, I was at a wedding, I sat at a table and no one invited me over, the older people that were my age, and I knew them. They still didn't invite me over. That's okay. I wasn't really worried about it. And in fact, I didn't think about it while I was there. It didn't even dawn on me, hey, why don't they invite me over? No, I didn't think about that at all. But after I left, I started thinking about it and maybe what I would have done differently. And I know for a fact it was someone that I knew and she was there by herself, I would have invited her over. That's not the point. The point is, I was thinking about this. Remember when you're in school, you're just coming of age, so to speak, and if you're not one of the cool kids, you don't get invited over to their table. You don't get to hang out with them. You are pretty much off on your own. So I was thinking about that, and in order, in my time, to be one of the cool kids, you had to have the best clothes, things like that. And in my part of town where I grew up, those were called socias. I was not a soc. You were a soc, you were a jock, I think, surfer, lowrider. I grew up in Long Beach, California, so those are some of the names that we had for ourselves, but I did not fit into any of those groups, We were kind of the poor kids. We didn't have money to buy clothes, let alone nice clothes, but that's okay. But then, instead of whining about it, what about you men? You've gone through this your whole life. From the first time you're a teenager and you want to approach a girl or ask her out, and then you get rejected, and you don't know if you're going to be rejected or not. I mean, that's scary. And you know how much courage that must take to approach another girl, especially at that age? It must take a lot. And the heartache, there must be a lot of that too when you get put down. And there's some mean girls out there, that I know for a fact. So some of the things that they say probably were not very nice. But what about men? Yes. All your lives you've had to do the same thing. And even though you're older and you may seem all put together, you still have feelings inside, right? And you still get put down. So how do you approach women now? I don't know the answer to that, but I was just thinking that that must be difficult too. So instead of me whining about being invisible, there's a lot of people that feel invisible that I know. For instance, it's funny, I've gone out to eat with my adult kids, so they're all together, and especially me, if I'm a widow now, so I'm by myself usually. So the servers, they don't even look my way. They look right at the younger people, meaning my son and daughter-in-law, or my daughter and her husband when I'm with them. Yeah, I mean, that's an observation that I just noticed a lot lately. I went to a school event for one of my grandkids recently, same thing. And it was mostly an experiment on my part to see how people react. I could have just been there, a fly on the wall. It wouldn't have been any different. No one nods your way. And then that's another bad thing about getting older. This part could make you a little invisible. You don't look like you used to look. Things are changing. Your face is changing drastically. And you look in the mirror and you say, who is that person? I don't recognize her. I mean, heck, my kids laugh at me for wearing lipstick to bed because I don't want to be caught dead without it. So that was funny. I didn't plan that. But, yeah. But now everything has changed so drastically. So I say, who is that person? Just in the last few years. So get ready if you're only 60. It's a big jump from 60 to 70, and then I'm sure from 70 to 80. But on how you look. So I guess everybody, my point is, everybody must feel invisible at different times of their lives, struggles with that. And so I don't want to cry and whine about it. And I was just making an observation because I'm perfectly fine in my own skin. I'm happy and I'm A-okay right now. I wouldn't know where to go to look anyways if I wanted to find somebody and maybe not feel invisible. Maybe the best way to not feel invisible is to go somewhere where there's a lot of other invisible people. Maybe. I don't know. All right. Thanks for watching Coffee with Deb.